A long-running saga. It emerged quite a few years ago, 2009 I think, that these cars that were going around collecting these images built into them, which allowed them to pick up data, personal data, from people's unsecured Wi-Fi networks. Now, we all know we're supposed to have passwords on our Wi-Fi networks. They're not meant to be open, but a lot of them are, and it was a lot of data, all sorts of personal stuff, and storing it. And when this was found out, of course, a huge row over privacy. Investigations around the world. We had an investigation here in this country which ordered Google to delete this data, and severe rapid. Then later, the Americans had a new investigation, found out more about it, more about how it was actually carried out, more worrying information, and there was pressure on our information commissioner, who's our data protection regulator, to reopen the investigation. That's been done. We've now heard the results. They found during that there was more data held in the UK, and now they've been ordered to delete that immediately.
And Google have said they will do that.
Yeah, that's clear. So, there is the threat of criminal proceedings if they don't, but they've already said, yeah, we're going to do that. It's all been a terrible mistake, but it's pretty embarrassing for Google at a time when they're really under pressure on all sorts of fronts about this privacy issue.
Well, I was going to go there because you're right. I mean, this is a big talking point at the moment, isn't it? If you are a company like Google, this is the very last thing you need in publicity terms.
Yeah, well, Google is in its statement going, we work hard to get privacy right at Google. In this case, we didn't. And it's obviously they're under pressure in Europe. The French have just said threatened them with fines over their privacy policies, where basically they've said whatever different products you use, we're going to put that all in one bucket. There's unhappiness about that. There's questions raised earlier this week about the new Google Glass product, which into your eye and can film and so on. Lots of data protection regulators have written to Google and said, get it right with this one, because interestingly, what our information commissioner says at the end of the statement is, product like this, the first thing you've got to think about is privacy, and if you don't think about it at the start, you'll get into trouble like you did before.